What's up, guys? It's that time of year. The holiday bots are back on chess.com. We've got Powder 700, Eve is a 900, Santa is 1200, Dash is 1500, and Holly or Mrs. Claus is 2100. I'm going to start at the beginning, play all 5 of these bots, and talk through the thought process, why I'm playing the moves I'm playing, what I'm thinking about. This is going to be an instructive video, hopefully, and we're going to try to beat each of these bots on the first try. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we go. Against Powder, we're going to play e4, and I'm trying to control the center as much as I can and develop my pieces as quickly as possible. Okay, bishop b4 check. That's not a good move, and the reason is I'm going to be able to gain a tempo by attacking the bishop. So I'm going to stop the check, also attack the bishop. If it doesn't move, I'm going to take it. If it does move, I basically got that move in for free, and it's a useful move. It lets my queen out to help support my center, and I'm very happy with that. I'm going to keep developing my pieces, so let's just play knight f3. Okay, this is a very common mistake at the low levels. You leave your pieces where they can be forked by a pawn, so you always want to be looking out for that. And the problem for black is you can't save both of the pieces at the same time. You have to choose which one to let me capture. He actually lets me take both of them, but even if he would have saved one, I could have taken the other one. So I'll take the bishop. And wow, he's not even going to take me back, so I guess I will keep taking, or actually might use this opportunity to develop another piece rather than just take a pawn. I think that's even better, because now if he takes me back, I can put my bishop there at a very nice square. Yeah, and if he does something like this, I can simply trade, and I'm going to be able to capture here next with my bishop defending. Very, very annoying situation. Okay, he could have saved the queen, but he didn't see that, and so Powder is in big trouble already. I'm going to just keep going with the basic principles of finishing my development and castling. So I am going to go ahead and castle and finish bringing out the pieces. All right. So at this point, development is completed. Now I'm going to try to start thinking about how to attack the king. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by opening up the files in front of the king or getting rid of some of the pawns that are kind of blocking off the position. So I'm going to play c4 to either trade, or if he took me, that would have been fine as well. Let's go ahead and trade. So I've opened up one file here, so I can use this for a rook or a queen. I'm just kind of scanning, and I think I will just go with that plan of bringing the rook over to the open file. Okay, he's attacking the bishop. I will just move it and attack the knight. Okay, that's a free piece. I'm gonna take it. And it looks like I have checkmate in 2 if he doesn't stop it, and he did not. So I'm noticing that the king is basically trapped. We just have to bring the queen over here, and that's game over. Next move. All right, cool. Good game, Powder. Let's go to the next one. So we have Eve 900, same plan. We're going to go for controlling the center, developing our pieces as quickly as possible. Okay, I am going to take that just because it messes up the pawn structure. You don't have to take it because you know bishops are slightly better than knights, but in this case, I think it's worth. Wow. Okay. Well, if they took, I was going to say, I think it's worth it because you get the double isolated pawns, even though you do give up the bishop pair. This is obviously a terrible decision. Now I just keep the bishop for free. Okay. So we have some sort of weird queen attack, but after they gave up the piece for free. I'm just going to defend my pawn. I'm not going to panic. We'll just go here. Okay, so there's obviously the checkmate threat. This is like the scholar's mate, except for black. And so the best way to deal with this, once your pawn is defended, is to just play g3. You kick the queen away, it's probably going to go back to f6. Sometimes they go back to f6, but you can just simply block that with the queen, and you're just fine. They go all the way back. I'm going to develop. And I could take this, but sometimes when you take... Actually, I think I will take it. You have to be careful because if my king is still in the center, which it is, I have to watch out for moves like this. But it looks like I'm going to have enough pressure by like attacking the f7 square that it's probably fine to do it. So I'm going to actually take it. Yes, so again, I have to be careful here because of this. Probably I will just play d4. And I'm trying to deal with the threats. So these are the threats, this one and this one. I'm trying to deal with the threats in the best way possible. So, of course, I could just retreat my knight, which is probably fine. But if I can play d4, and that shuts down the attack and also defends my knight, that's a move I wanted to play anyway. It helps me get control of the center, helps me develop my bishop. I'm going to save some time by doing this. So I think this is a better decision than just retreating my knight. And I get to keep my knight in an aggressive position. Okay, so I can trade these pieces, which I think makes sense, or I'm trying to see if I can actually have a better move. Like knight d5 looks really good, attacking these things. Knight takes f7 is a possibility, although I do have to watch out for this. It gets a little bit complicated. I think I will go with knight to d5. Just keep attacking and bringing my... Okay, well, there's a free queen, so we'll just take that. And we can probably take this next with check, and then we can take the bishop after that. And black's just losing all of their pieces at this point. All right. I'm going to keep going with the quick development. I'm going to get all my pieces out as fast as possible. And since I'm ahead a lot, trading is good. So the more pieces you trade off, the easier the game gets once you're ahead. Okay. I guess I'll save my bishop since Eve didn't want to take it. Let's bring the queen out now, since I'm basically developed. I will go ahead and castle. I'm not worried about this pawn. I'll just bring my rook over. That's fine. And look at all these pieces that I have ready to go. Okay, that's a free bishop. I'll take that. And now I'm just going to look to end the game. I'm seeing this. Looks like a pretty nice target. So there's checkmate. And there we go. All right, so pretty easy so far. Let's go to the next one. Santa, 1200. All right, he's playing the Sicilian. I'm going to just develop, and I'll play bishop to b5. This is a particular variation in the Sicilian that I really like to play. Basically, you just get your pieces out quickly. A lot of times you will trade this bishop for this knight, but there's no rush to do that. And so I'll go ahead and castle. All right, so when they put the bishop along this diagonal, there's a couple of ways you could approach this. One that I do like to use from time to time is just playing c3. It kind of like blocks off the bishop, and it helps you support d4 to push forward. So I'm going to go ahead and defend that with my rook. Queen to a5. So here I have a choice. Do I defend the bishop, something like queen e2? Do I trade it? Or do I actually go back to f1? And I think I will go ahead and trade it in this case. Bishop f1 is also a viable way to play. And I am going to play h3. Now, the reason I'm going to play h3 is because this bishop really would like to go to g4 and pin my knight, and it's pretty annoying. Without the option to go to g4, it can't go to f5. It can go to e6, but that's a bit of a weird square. It can become a target, and then the pawn structure can get messed up, and then d7 and doesn't really do a lot. So basically what I'm doing by playing h3 is trying to not give this bishop a good place to go to. So, I'm slowing down my development, but I have a specific reason for doing that. All right, so let's think about this. I want to play d4 and get the center. Takes, looks pretty solid. Everything is defended nicely. I think I will go forward with that. Okay, so we could take that. It's defended. We could simply attack it. We could try to push forward. I think in the spirit of just continuing to develop, I'll just leave the tension and bring my knight here. And the reason I'm bringing it here is because I really like the idea of hopping over to one of these two squares at some point. I'll go ahead and take this. I like my nice, strong center. Okay, so Santa did prevent, the knight to g5 ideas by playing h6. And now he's putting the bishop on e6, which it still looks like a bit of a weird square, but maybe it's okay. So let's think knight to b3, kind of continuing with my plan, looks pretty good. I'm not really worried about this because I can just take back. And my rook is defended, by my knight. So yeah, let's play knight to b3. I want to get this bishop out. I don't want to leave that bishop back there for too long. And so that's why it's important that I move that knight. Okay, so bishop d2 looks really good. Like I said, I wanted to develop this anyway. The fact that I can develop it and attack the queen is like a bonus, right? And so it saves me some time. So I will play bishop to d2. Okay, he moves there. Knight to c5 looks like a nice move. Attacks the queen, threatens the bishop. If he takes, I'm okay trading. That looks pretty good. Everything looks defended. I will go knight to c5. He didn't want to trade. So I have a pawn, although it looks risky because once the rook comes over, I have to be careful that the rook doesn't come down here. I could simply take the bishop. Let's think about this. I could also gain another tempo on the queen, which I might do. Like a rook to c1. Then I have to worry about this. I'm going to play b3. I wonder if I can actually... No, I can't quite trap the queen. It's almost trapped. There's an escape, it looks like. All right, let's just play b3. I don't think I want to overthink it here. It's a nice tempo gain on the queen, and I can gain some more space here with a5. And so I will go ahead and do that. All right, we can play a5 again. I think now's a good time to take the bishop because it's going to mess up black's pawn structure. So let's go ahead and do that. And notice he's got the double isolated pawn, so those are weak long term. And this g6 pawn is now really weak. So like a move like knight to h4 at some point, or maybe even knight e5 actually, now that I'm looking at it, looks better to take advantage of that. Also, I can attack this. I don't think I want to do that right now. I think I want to focus on these weaknesses. So what's the best way to do that? Knight to e5, threatening the pawn, looks pretty good. Although I am losing this pawn to the queen. I don't think I want to do that right now. So maybe I'll play... Let's play bishop to c3, just to go ahead and defend, and then I can get ready to play knight to e5. All right, so now that that's defended, now I will play knight to e5. Going for this guy. Right. So how do I get some more pieces over there? Queen g4 I would like to be able to play, but obviously the knight is there. So maybe queen to d3 and over to g3 is a way to get around. And I'm just trying to take advantage of the weaknesses that black has. So yeah, queen d3. Let's just quickly look if there are any other better moves. I don't see anything immediately jumping out at me, so I'll play queen to d3. Okay, I'm not super worried about that. I think I want to continue. There's also this little tactic. If I take it, the king takes, I play e5 check, and then I take the knight. I don't know if it's good enough because it kind of opens up things, and then I have to be careful with black's pieces. They're in a pretty nice position. Right now, they're kind of all blocked off, so I think maybe queen g3 actually just makes the most sense. I could also play queen c4, attack this weak pawn. So a lot of good options. Let's go with queen g3. I like this idea. Because it's hard for black to defend that. I think they have to push it forward, right? And now, again, it creates some more weaknesses here. Maybe even h4, just trying to attack it like that. Or f4, same idea. I want to... Yeah, let's go h4. I'm trying to get in here. Like, if he takes me, I'm going to play queen g6. Okay, so this... I could take that... Then the queen trade's going to happen. I could trade, and then I'm losing this pawn at the end of it. Probably not ready just yet, but we're definitely getting closer. Let's go ahead and just pause for a moment, bring this rook over, add some defense to my center pawns. Okay, he plays h5. So I lost an opportunity there, but now I've gained a new weakness. g5 is weak. So let's think about how we can take advantage of that. Queen here and here looks pretty good. The problem is bishop to h6. So how do I prevent that? I could actually still play f3 and keep attacking here. That might be pretty good. All right, we'll go with this. We'll just keep attacking it because bishop h6 is kind of a nice defensive move. All right, let's go ahead and trade that. And I can't take it yet because of the pin. But... I could probably just defend my queen. So let's maybe say, oh, actually, this is kind of an annoying move, actually. I probably shouldn't have done this because black's going to take here and really mess up my pawns. I don't want double isolated pawns like that. But I don't think I can avoid it at this point because of the pin on my queen. Yeah, so I should have maybe slowed down a little bit there. Well, sometimes this happens and you just got to make the best of the situation. So... how exactly do we do that? We could go for a sacrifice, actually. Maybe we could go for a sacrifice. The point is that after that, I would take here and really get a chance to attack black's king. Don't know if it's quite good enough. Is the only issue. I'm tempted to do that, though. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay. Well, we have to move the queen. This is a big problem. I can't just leave my knight in a pin like that. So we really need to move the queen somewhere. So let's move it. Let's see, where's a safe place to move the queen to? I have to be careful, actually. I can't move it here because of the rook, the knight. I don't really want to go to d3 because that steps into another pin. Yeah, wow, that's such a strong move by Santa. I didn't see how good that was going to be. I think I have to go to... oh, even that walks into a fork. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so because of the awkwardness of my queen, I think I will go for this sacrifice on second glance because I don't really have a good... I don't really have any good moves. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so here we go. now at least we can attack the king. The question is, do I take it right away or do I deal with this threat first? By playing something like e5. I think e5 looks good because that really shuts down the bishop. Yeah, let's do that. Play e5. And we're going to take this and just go for an attack on the king. So let's go ahead and do that. And all right, so we've got a pawn we can take. We could push this with the idea of queen to g6, although rook to g8 would stop that. I think I will just take the pawn. It looks like a good opportunity to go ahead and take that. Okay, so I need to get more pieces involved. My queen needs help. So how do I do that? Rook, be careful, this rook is under attack. So maybe rook e4 over like this, or I use the pawn. That's what I'm thinking. Even this pawn could help. It's a bit aggressive, but that might actually be a good idea. So, or even rook f1 to trade and then bring the rook in that way. That actually looks like the best of all. Let's go rook f1. Lots of good options here, I think. Okay, so right now I'm checking if there's a tactic, because whenever your opponent steps into a pin like this, a lot of times there's something you can do. So queen g4, just attacking it is one idea. There is a check to get out of it though, but I don't really care too much about that. I'll just move. So queen g4 looks like a good move. g3 looks decent as well. How can the queen defend that? It can't. It's over there. The rook can't defend. All right, let's go queen g4. It's probably going to play bishop to e3. No, he goes back. Okay. This is what I wanted. I wanted to trade that, right? So we'll go ahead and trade. Good. And now you can see the king is very, very exposed. So we've got queen h5. We've got queen f5. We've got h5. We've got rook f1. A lot of moves to consider. A lot of moves to consider. I really like rook f1 just because I could still play h5 after that, and then my rook and queen are involved, so let's play rook f1. It looks very difficult for black to defend against this. Right, so rook here. Check. King goes here. I don't think Santa can save the position after that, so let's go rook to f7. Okay, we'll go here. And we should have checkmate. There we go. Check. Checkmate. So actually made a mistake that game. I didn't really see how strong knight g4 was going to be, right? But, you know, sometimes that happens. You just make the best of it. And I felt like my best chance was actually, I'll go back and show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. Right here, I totally missed this knight g4 idea and how strong it was because of the pin on my knight. And for example, if I just would have played a random move like rook f1, I think black was just going to take here. And then I have double isolated pawns, and I don't actually know if I'm any better at that point. So here it kind of mixed up the game, and I was able to get an attack on the king. And so I feel like that was a good decision. Okay, dash 1500. Let's go. Okay, we'll play the same line, I guess. I will go for my bishop b5 lines again, and I'll play a4. Sometimes I'll just take it. But I do like to play a4 from time to time if black takes me. When I recapture, the nice thing is that it immediately activates my rook, and I have some long-term pressure, which is nice. Here, we'll just castle. Take that. We will defend my pawn. Okay, so there is a gambit here. I don't remember the name of it, but there's a gambit where you give up this pawn. I think this is the position. Although I'm not sure if a4 is in the line that I'm thinking of. That's my only concern, is a4 in the line. It might not be. I know there's a line where you play c3, you allow black to take this, and then you like play d4 and you get into a pretty nice position, but this might not be it. Because I'm not sure how big of a deal it is that these moves have been thrown in. Like, normally these moves aren't played, I don't think. All right, let's go for it. We'll just see what happens. The point is, okay, he's not going to take it. The point is that even if they take it, you get like an attack on the king, kind of, because it opens up your rook. And so even though you lose a pawn, it gets really tricky. I don't remember a lot of the theory, unfortunately, but we don't have to worry about it because black is not going for that line. So, do I want to kind of keep it a closed off positional type of game, or do I want to make it more open? Let's keep it closed, I guess. Okay, let's play d4. All right. I think I will kick the knight away, and I'll trade it. We'll have bishops versus knights. But the position is relatively closed, and so I think my knights will be okay. E6 actually looks like a really good move. The point is, I don't want to allow black to play e6 and free up the bishop and the queen. By me playing it, yeah, it's really going to sort of bottle up what black is trying to do. So we'll play e6. Yeah, I mean, I can even take that and now go on the offensive. Or I can just leave it. Nah, but then black's going to castle, and I don't think I want to allow that. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, he doesn't take it. Interesting. So that's fine. I think I can play 95 now, or I can just develop. Let's just develop, and we'll play probably 95 next move. Now he takes it. Okay, I'm going to follow up with my plan. I'm going to bring the rook up, and black's king is in trouble, I think, because queen h5 is about to happen, or queen f3. I have to figure out which one is better, or knight f3 to try to come in here later, but I could even take the so many good moves. All right, let's. I feel like the 1200 Santa was playing better than the 1500 Dash. Not sure what that's all about. Anyway, if I go check, this seems like the most obvious move. The king has to either go here or here or here or here. Probably g7 to defend the pawn. Then I could take this. Or take this and then this. Queen f3. Let's see. I mean, let's just go queen h5. They all look pretty good, but we'll just start with this. And then I think I will just start taking some pawns here. The alternative would be playing something like knight f3, maybe trying to come in like, or even rook e1. All right, we'll take this. A lot of good moves, I think. Interesting. Interesting idea there. All right, let's take this one. I'm pinning the bishop there to the queen. Ooh, now I have c6. I don't know what Dash is doing. I think Dash is in trouble. Let's play c6. Okay, we'll take the queen. And should be relatively straightforward from here. Let's go ahead and bring my knight up. Okay. Let's go ahead and win some more material. I see a way to win this pawn, so I'm going to go ahead and go for that. And we'll go here. I'm just sort of looking where I can attack the most things. We'll take... Which one do I want to take? We'll take this one in front of the king. Okay, that looks like a mistake. Because it's a fork, so I will do that. And we'll take that. Okay, he's trading that. That's fine. King can be tucked away nicely over here. And we can just bring the rook over and win. Okay, let's bring this down. Take this. Should be checkmate, like somewhere really close. Don't see it immediately, but it's coming. It's coming. All right, let's see. It's not checkmate. Really? Let's go here. When in doubt, just keep it simple. All right. It's not a stalemate because black has 2 pawns. I'm not worried about that. All right. Okay, that was Dash. I think that was easier than the Santa game, to be honest with you. Let's go to the next. I think this is the final bot. Yep, Holly, 2100. So I'm going to try to play more carefully this game. Okay. I know some tricky lines. Do I want to play tricky lines? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I know some tricky lines after this. Okay, there's a gambit here that I like to play. That move I'm not familiar with. I don't know what's happening there. I mean, I guess it makes sense, developing the piece. Just not sure what I'm supposed to do against that. I think I'll just take this and probably just go back. Yes, there is a pawn hanging. Do I care about that? Maybe I do, actually. Maybe I do. So I'll play queen d4. I don't want to lose that pawn for no reason. So I'll play queen d4. Okay. So we have to be careful. There's a check here. There's also a potential attack here. I think knight to c3 is a safe move that deals with both of those things. So we'll play knight to c3. c5. Okay, I just blundered. I just blundered this. Yeah. My bishop is gone now. That's really unfortunate. Do I have any way to get out of this jam? Yeah, I was thinking about playing knight to d2 instead, and that would have been a better move because I would have had the option to put my queen here. I totally wasn't thinking about this idea. Very computer type of move. Well, let's just see what happens. I don't know. I mean, surely they've programmed it to make some mistakes, right? So let's... What if I play knight to d5? No, it doesn't work because I lose the knight at the end anyway. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, there's nothing to be done. I gotta lose the bishop. That's unfortunate. I guess I could have sacrificed it. This is a terrible game. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. Okay. So we could take the pawn. I generally don't like to trade when I'm losing, but I gotta take the pawn. Okay. This is under attack. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna try to go for some active pieces. So we're gonna castle, bring the rook over. Ooh, yeah, we'll bring the rook over right away. Why not? Line up on the king. Okay, so I think... Hold on a second. There's this discovered check where I can win the bishop back, but the bishop can go there. That's dangerous because of f3, but my knight's going to be under attack. I'm going to have to move my knight, so it's probably actually fine, but it seems like my best chance. We will come over here, and I really want to play the move f3 next. Yeah, saves it and deals with the fork, right? Okay. All right, let's go bishop f4. This is a nice diagonal, and I actually have a threat here. It's almost checkmate. Almost. It's so close. But not quite. Let's go back. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. Trying to just create some sort of an attack on the king. Play b4. They can't take it. She can't take it because of this, right? So something like b6. But now I can go here. And I am getting a little bit of an attack. A little bit of an attack. I'll take this. Oh, b5 is the idea. Do I just go back or do I go in? I don't know where. Let's go back. We'll try to play a4. Okay. I am going to lose that pawn. It's okay. We'll take this guy. What happens if I go here? The king's probably going to come up. What else can I do? Can go here and pin the knight temporarily, but the bishop is coming out. Bishop d6. Yeah. Yeah. This is why you don't blunder your pieces at the beginning of the game, because you just, against a good player, you can't come back from that. You just can't. I don't know. We're just gonna line up the rooks and hope for the best here. Hope there's some sort of tactic, but I'm not seeing one. I'm not seeing one. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go trade this. Yeah, I'm just losing. Just totally losing. All right, we're gonna have to try again. I don't think, it doesn't look like Mrs. Claus is gonna mess this up. Maybe I'll just play really fast for the rest of the game just to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, she's not making any big mistakes, so I'm not gonna be able to win this. Okay, let's try again. That was a poor attempt. I apologize, guys. Wait, where's the resign button? Oh, I just have to click new game. Okay. All right, we're black this game. Let's try to not blunder a piece, and I think we'll be fine. But yeah, you can't really blunder pieces. That's just not, that's not good. Let's go for the Queen's Gambit accepted. And there's this line I like to play where I play a6 and try to play b5 and just put my bishop over here. And it's kind of nice because you get some like ideas of b4 at some point. So I usually will just expand on the queen side like this. Okay, so here, I guess the move is knight to a5. Right. Okay. I thought I could win a pawn, but it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's bring the rook to the open file. Let's see. I'm going to castle. You have to be careful. Maybe I'll play h6 first. Be careful. There's some tactics if I'm not careful here. Now we can castle, I think. Let's put the queen on e7. We'll bring the rook over to d8. This is kind of the setup. This is kind of the generic setup. Okay, we'll hop over to d5. Take with the bishop. Okay. If I push, then I'm losing a pawn here. If I don't push, this is gonna happen. So what are my options? What are my options? Rook to b8. Take this, but then this is a really weak pawn. I don't really like that option either. Or I do some sort of counterattack. Although white doesn't have a lot of weaknesses right now. So I guess I will go for rook to b8. Very even position. Very even position. Let's play b4. It's a weakness, so I'll just push it forward. Okay. So I don't want to take this with my pawn because I have an isolated pawn, which is kind of weak. Although it does have a rook behind it, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but I think I'm going to go for knight to... I just noticed something. What about this move? I'd have to play g5. Okay, it should be fine. We'll go here. I want to take that back with my knight if white does decide to trade. And if not, I can still probably take and then sink my knight on d5, and that's a pretty nice square for my knight. I have to watch out for my bishop because of the attack. So maybe a move like rook c8 makes sense. Yep, let's go back to c8 to defend this. I want to be able to move my queen somewhere. Okay, I'm going to have to play g5, obviously, because there's this. So g5 it is. And let's play queen b7 to force white to do something here. Yeah, we'll go queen b7, putting the pressure on that bishop. Right, and now the question is, which way do I want to take? Which way do I want to take? I'm okay with the trade, I think. Okay with the rook trade. Okay, if they don't want to trade, then it gives me the option to double up. Checking if I have any tactics. Doesn't look like it. We'll go there. We'll double up. And we can do a big trade. I think the end game is going to be okay for me because I think this is going to be more of a weakness, honestly. And my pawn being advanced might actually benefit me. So I think I'm okay with trading. But I also want to deal with this first. So let's bring this all the way back. And then maybe I'll trade next if it's still an option. Yeah, okay. Now I think I will trade. Okay. Let's go ahead and centralize the queen. Create some pressure along the d file. I have to be careful for that. Okay, so we'll go here. And for some reason, I didn't think that white could get away with that. If I take that, play knight to c8, what's going to happen? I'm just winning a pawn, right? Oh, rook to d1. Maybe I'm not winning a pawn. What if I played f5, f4? If en passant, then I win the piece. If the queen comes in, I can always play... No, I can't because queen f7. Ooh. But, hold on a second. I have f4. There's a perpetual check. I don't really want to allow that. Okay. Tricky position. Tricky position. I'm not actually sure what to do. I'm not actually sure. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I think this is going to be a weakness somehow. I just feel like it's going to be a weakness. Okay. Like I could even put my knight on d5 to sort of block off the rook that way. But then how do I take the pawn? f6 and e5? Okay, okay. There's a way to do this. There's definitely got to be a way to do this. So let's play f6. I want to play e5 to shut down the bishop. And my goal is very simple. I just want to win that pawn. There's rook here, but I have rook to d7. I think it's fine. Oh, is it fine? Queen e8. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. If I go there, queen e8 is attacking my rook. I would have to go queen here. Or I just play knight there now. Then play e5. Okay. We'll do this. I don't want to let the queen in right now. Let's play e5, shut down the bishop. We'll just take this way. And now we can win the pawn. Finally. Finally. Okay. Take the pawn. Great. So now we should have an advantage in this endgame because of the extra pawn. Let's try to get rid of this annoying rook by trading it off. My king looks relatively safe because of the pawns doing such a great job shutting down the bishop. He doesn't want to trade. Can I force that somehow? Let's see if we can. We'll go over here. And that's the attack, but I'm going to play rook to b7 to defend it. Okay. Not wanting to trade. Now I have to watch out for this. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's bring the knight over to defend the king. How does that sound? Okay. Okay. I don't really want to move any of these pawns. They're doing a great job. I feel like we need to put pressure on this somehow. The question is, how do I do it without allowing the white queen to infiltrate and potentially checkmate me. That's the big question. Like, maybe this is a good move. Because I'm just trying to make sure that everything is covered here. Which it would be, right? This, and this, and this, and this. And this from my king. I think we're okay. Is there a sacrifice, though? Like, if I go there, can the rook just take this? And then check me? And then check me? And then take my rook? I will get the pawn, but then white can do this. Looks like I'm losing my rook at the end of that, which is amazing. So maybe I need to do something else. This is a tough position. This is a really tough position. Okay, let's just push the pawn. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do. Okay, rook comes over here. Okay. Let's go here to try to trade the queens. Does that actually force a queen trade? No. Not quite. All right. Let's go here and try to bring the rook down. Okay. This should be difficult for... Oh. Didn't see that. Missed that one. Okay, well, we can just... Yeah, we can just block with the knight. We're okay. We're okay. All right. Finally, we can take this, although then we have to worry about this. But I do have knight to f8. But am I going to get into some sort of a perpetual check is the question. Then I can come back here. Everything is covered. No, queen h. Oh, my. The issue is if once my rook is gone, I can't use it to help me defend against the white rook. That's the issue. So, for example, I take, the rook's going to go here. I have to deal with this. Or do I? Do I have to deal with that? Maybe I just leave it. And I just run over here. This is more complicated than I was expecting. Well, let's see. Is there any other easier way to get to that pawn? I don't really think so. I could play here, though. Let's do that. I have an idea. I'm going to go here so that now I can play knight to f8. And white doesn't have the rook check. That move, I don't think I care about that. Guess we'll find out here in just a second. Ah, he wants to come up like this. I see. Well, we have to defend the knight, so we have to move somewhere along this diagonal. It's a bit of a problem, isn't it? You're just going to keep attacking it. And I don't actually know how to get away from that rook. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we might have made a big mistake. I'm getting mated now, aren't I? No, I can still go here. But it's not, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. I can go here. The queen. Oh my, this is really bad, isn't it? Okay. All right, let's try to hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's bad. Okay, guys, Holly is a strong 2100 bot. I'm not gonna lie. Holly's strong. We definitely had this game, but I was a little bit impatient because I didn't want this video to turn into like an hour-long video. I needed to be like more precise right around here. Like once we won this pawn, this is definitely a win. Like let's check. I'm gonna guess the analysis says like -3 or something. Let's see. All right, so I just jumped over to the analysis board and it says wait, oh wow, It's -1, just -1 here. So just a pawn like you would expect. But as soon as they played rook b7, it was -6. And the move was queen to d2. So this was the moment in the game when I needed to just go for it. And the point was that white doesn't really have anything. What do I do against queen g4? There's something here that I totally missed. Queen check? What was the idea here? Oh. That's interesting. See, this is the problem. This is why chess is difficult, right? Because you get focused on like only one thing. I'm thinking it's an endgame. I'm thinking white's king is so safe. I have like no attacks. Totally missed the idea that like, if I get my queen down there somehow, that's game over. I'm just thinking about like winning a pawn and defending this instead of like what I should be thinking about. So anyway, totally missed that idea. Bounce around over here. It's still better for me, but it's just like 1 point advantage. Okay, let's see. Did I make any progress at this point? Still 1 point advantage. So I never really had a huge advantage. I had to be really careful. And then, yeah, this is a draw. And then I messed it up when I blundered. Where was the blunder? Queen a3. My queen was totally out of the action over there. That was a poor decision. I should have taken the draw. And yeah, after this, there's just nothing. It's over. So definitely not an easy game at all. Not an easy game at all. I missed kind of the easy win, which was earlier by going for that back rank check idea right here. Queen d2. Missed that one. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to finish beating Holly in this video. I have to go. And so definitely not an easy one. Let me know if you guys are able to beat Holly. But I'm 0-2 right now. So anyway, I hope you guys at least learned something from this. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp. Play smart. Take care.